that we're getting with the Blood Speeder. The Blood Speeder? Okay, people, welcome back to another Fwoosh review. Tonight, I'm kind of veering off to the side a little bit and checking out this cloak that I grabbed off eBay. Now, I get most of my cloaks, robes, coats, capes from Rickhor409 on eBay, but this time I decided to branch out a little bit. Was doing a search, came across this, and it struck my fancy. It looks a little bit more dynamic than what I was seeing from Rick's page. Now, I picked this up from gpslot. I think it's gpslot. The link is down in the description. And for the most part, I do like it. And this all stems from going all CSI on the Bandai S.H. Figuarts Bloodfin Speeder from the other day that comes with the lower part for Maul. But when he's sitting on the speeder, he's supposed to have a cloak. So I went out hunting, and this is what I came up with. Now, as you can see, it's not exactly perfect. It doesn't have the ruffles on front. It doesn't have the elaborate stitching. And unfortunately, it doesn't quite fit around to where you can clasp it in the front. But for what it does do, it looks pretty good. Now, this is without any kind of wetting down and letting dry. In fact, when I ran water over it to try to get it to lay down, it wouldn't absorb the water for whatever reason. But I can get some pretty good hood poses. And, you know, that's the hardest part, is trying to make it to where the hood's not floating up above the head or sticking out awkwardly. Most of the time, I can just grab the sleeves, pull down, and it does end up looking pretty good on top of the head. The sleeves actually aren't open like you would think they are. Maul's hands are so hard to pull off. The holes in the sleeves are actually mid-sleeve. The end is sewn up, and that's to kind of replicate Maul's look to where it's hanging back behind his actual arm. But slip the coat off, and you can see it's good stitching. Perfect world, there would be a little bit more material here to where it can wrap around him more. But like I said, the biggest reason for the cloak is because the blood fin's coming. And until then, I do have a stand-in that I'm going to use if I can get this hand back on without snapping this peg. And here's the stand-in. This is the Hero Masher's Sith Speeder. It comes with Hero Masher Maul. I picked this up for, I think, $10 on Amazon. And yeah, it's kind of cartoony. In fact, why do they have the Deadpool logo right here? Don't know. Maul's lower skirt doesn't really work for sitting down. But if you're to pull this off, the belt comes off, the skirt piece comes off. And this is how the lower robe piece that comes with the blood fin will work. You pull it all apart like this, put it back together, and hopefully he can sit. But I think if I'm right, it won't allow him to sit all the way down. But if I have this cloak hiding most of that, you can get him sitting in a fairly decent position. And there it is, just really rough. But he's fully sitting, he's leaned back, his ass is in the seat, he's holding the handlebars. Actually, this isn't too bad, really, size-wise. Like I said, this is just a test run, and the skirt piece not being there, because of the flowy robe coming out right here, you don't really notice it. It's all lost in the black that he's not actually wearing a lower tunic. So yeah, just a quick look. I mean, I just wanted to do a little video, show you the comparison, show you how this worked out. Yeah, it needs some fine tuning. It needs to lay down just a little bit more, but that's what happens when you get something cloth on your figure. You have to kind of fiddle with it until it looks good. This ran me $15 on eBay. I feel like that was worth it. It looks okay on the figure. Now, it's not perfect. I didn't say it was perfect, but it adds that robiness to the figure. Again, link in the description if you want to go check it out. He did have an Amazon store too, but the last I looked, it was sold out. But if it's back up, then check that for the description too, if you prefer Amazon over eBay. Or maybe not. Maybe it's not your cup of tea. Maybe you don't like cloth. Maybe you just like Maul on the speeder. We'll see how that turns out next year when the blood fin does come out. But until then, I can just sit here wondering if this is going to work. So if you like the review, comment, like, subscribe. I'll catch you on the Fwoosh.